Good evening and welcome to Success in the City. My name's Helen Webster and I'm with the lovely
Des Flanagan, standing in for the lovely Sandra Scott. And our great guest this week is
Paul McGuire. Pleased to be here.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for giving your time. And this is great because Des knows Paul, so Des has sorted the guest out today. So thank you, Des, for doing that for us.
No problem.
How many years, Des?
So, how many years have you known each other?
1971.
52 years now.
53 years from September. Yeah. Long time, eh?
We met when we were 11 and been friends ever since, you know.
Oh, did you meet in school?
We met in school, yeah.
Oh.
And we've never had a crossword ever.
No, not once, mate. No. Through thick and thin.
Not once.
Three managers.
Brilliant. Oh, well, that's going to fit in quite nice to sort of like little successes and things, I think, this week then. So shout out to the kids, any young people who've done amazing things this week. Do you want me to go first, Des, or are you going?
No, you go on. You go first. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to give a massive shout out to all of the new year sevens. So when they leave primary school and they go to senior school, so the year sevens going into year seven. And we went to Formby High School yesterday with Lou, the big interactive playground. And all of the kids who are going to be starting in 2 weeks' time, they all went yesterday and they're there for this week so that they get to know each other, they get to know the school, and we were lucky enough to take Lou yesterday. And it's just gorgeous because when you see them in year 6 and the top of the junior school, they're all like dead, cocky, and then you see them a couple of weeks later as year 7s and they're like little rabbits in the headlight, the little eyes. And that must have been you two when you first met each other.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we were back to the bottom of the ladder.
Yeah. So I'm giving a shout out to all of them. We had 94 young ones yesterday and they were all gorgeous. So a big shout out to them and their new journey in high school.
Brilliant.
What about you, Des?
Well, I'm going to do a preemptive strike, I think, this week, Helen. Because IP Presents have a product called Whack It Ball. And it's just being accepted by Blue Peter on BBC as a new sport. So over the next month, we're going to try and get some Liverpool kids to get the Blue Peter Sports badge. And it's quite an easy win. That's it.
Yep.
I went then. I'm back again.
You're back. Keep going.
It's quite an easy win, for the schools. Yep. So, So I'll be talking more on that, and so will you, no doubt. But schools have got an easy chance to get their kids a Blue Peter Sports badge, and the Blue Peter badge is still a good thing to have. It gets you into loads of attractions and stuff like that. So so it's a preemptive strike for the first Liverpool kid.
That's good. I've never the Blue Peter badge for ages, mate. Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Get down,
The Blue Peter badge is really cool. Yeah, so they can do. There's about 7 or 8 Blue Peter badges. I think there might be 7.
I know what
and then they get
is.
the 8. Yeah. So they get really mega Blue Peter. So they get one for reading. The music one was designed by Ed Sheeran. The sports one's designed by Leah Wilkinson, who's the lioness. I think
connection.
Yeah, so there's loads of them. There's really good ones. Who's your shout out to, Paul?
It's a personal one. It's to me grandson. It's to Bobby. He's just taken on. He's doing all sorts of stuff. He's doing running and he's 1.2 meters and he's playing basketball, which is quite a challenge for him. But he's just recently taken on football seriously and played a game on Thursday, the first competitive game with the team. They won 12-7. He scored 4. Went to a tournament on Sunday. And got a bit of a lesson for the first 3 games, to be honest. And they were all down and really despondent. And I just grabbed him and said, "Come on, sort yourself out." And he went on to play the like split it into two. So there was a higher semi-final and a lower semi-final. Well, they won the semi-final 4-0, and Bobby scored 3, and then he went on to win the final.
Wow.
So the first game they won, first tournament they won. So he's an outstanding young man, and I love the both of them. Yeah. So big shout out to Bobby, to my grandson. Yeah.
Big shout out, Bobby. How old is he?
He's 7. He goes up this year. He's in Booker Avenue. So he changes school this year. Yeah, so it's all changed for him. So happy days.
Amazing. How good is that? It's great, isn't it, when you know that they're into sport and they're getting on. It teaches them so much, doesn't it?
Yeah, because Holly teaches as well. Holly's at Dovedale, and you know the amount of effort these people put in as well to look after the kids. You know, make things happen for them. It's heartwarming. It's great. It really is good.
Brilliant. Well done, Bobby. Well done. I've just sent Des the link on his WhatsApp, because last week he was a tech genius and he managed to do it. Is this going to be a success this week again?
Okay.
The glasses are on. This is serious.
Serious stuff, this, mate. All right, let me enter the studio.
I think you're there, though, you know. I think you've come back again now.
You've come back again, Des, yeah? We got you.
Okay, am I there?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, you're just here like normally on... No, you're on us on the computer. Oh,
now
he's gone. He's gone. We'll carry on. He'll appear back again in a minute. Okay, so we have a success this week. Something personally that's happened that's been a success. So what's your success this week, Paul?
This week is a couple of things. Firstly, celebrating 40 years of marriage, which is great. That was actually
congratulations
10 days ago, but that's a bit of an achievement these days. So yeah. And the other thing is getting back in the because we've been on holiday most of this year. So getting back in the gym and trying to get a bit of this off, you know. So yeah, getting back seriously to the gym, back on the diet. I won't tell you about the brand for advertising purposes, but yeah, back on the diet and trying to look after myself for a bit.
All right,
yeah.
you can say what you want here. I'm just going to switch Des there like that. You're back in, Des. Are you on your phone now?
I know. Yeah, shall I come out of this then?
No, you're all right. You stay like that. Stay like that. Don't touch anything else.
Okay, get going then. Can you see? Okay. Am I all right? Can you see me all right? Yeah.
We can see you perfectly. Yeah, you can sit back and chill and relax. There you go. Look at that.
Okay, there you go.
So Paul's success is that congratulations, 40 years of marriage. And did you celebrate anything? Did you? Yeah. We
got away. We went to Vancouver and picked up an Alaskan cruise, which was just can't describe it. It's something you've got to do and got to see because it's the most beautiful place on earth. It's just outstanding.
Amazing.
Just wildlife, scenery, people in Canada and Alaska were just amazing. We just loved it. And then we had a quick 5 days. We come back in Jersey, which is a great place, which not a lot of people go to. No. And you can fly direct from Liverpool. 55 minutes from Liverpool into St. Helier Airport. 10 minutes from St. Helier. If you like seafood, it's to die for. If you love beaches, it's to die for. It's great. It's just a lovely place. Yeah, really, really nice. Dead relaxed. It's good.
Lovely. Yeah. And how have you been? And Paul's back in the gym and he's back on his healthy eating plan. So he's back now after all his holidays.
Again, yeah. For another 3 weeks, mate. Then we'll go out. Yeah.
Yeah. Wake up your 3 weeks and then blow it all in one day.
Blow it all in one night, yeah, in town, yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah. Perfect. What's your success this week, Des?
Well, tomorrow, I've got 2 this week.
Yeah.
We've coming up with a strategy for the loo, and it's not just schools. It's good for high net worth individuals as well. The likes of footballers and that's having their home and stuff like that. And we've already done a deal like that towards the end of last year. So I've got a meeting on the first week of September with a guy that can help us with that. So I made up getting that over the line.
Well done.
And tomorrow I'm meeting a guy who's going to talk about turning my book into a sales course as well.
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to be able to look at that as well. So
Go ahead.
yeah, so they're two little ones this week, which is good, you know.
They're pretty massive. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping he will be, yeah. Certainly the first one, you know.
Yeah. So if anyone who doesn't know, Des has got a book. You can buy it on Amazon. We'll share the link again.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Good read for up and coming salesmen, yeah.
Definitely.
Really nice people,
yeah.
Not bad for us. Where are you from, Des? Where did your mum say you're from? Because I'm from Croxteth, but my mum always said Gilmoss. So were you Norris Green or were you West Derby?
Okay.
I think he was West Derby, wasn't he? Because he was Parkside Drive. Yeah, posh as our Des.
What?
You can't need us. Can you need us?
Have you just got that, yeah?
I can, yeah. But on my phone screen, it's just me. And
That's all right. We can see
look at
you.
My laptop for the three of us.
I think he's frozen. I don't even know where he's coming, whether he's on his phone or his laptop. I don't know.
You're not on both, are you? Because that'll conflict, won't it? Yeah.
No.
What do you want me to? I am on both, yeah. Because if I go on my phone, I can't see you two.
Well, you don't have to see us. We can see you, so you're all right. Your phone was better last week because it didn't do the button.
Yeah, but on my phone, I could see everyone on my phone.
I know, but it doesn't matter.
Can
Swipe
you see
it to
that?
one
That's
side.
just... Well,
just swipe it and you'll be able to see us all.
It was much better than rehearsals.
Just to prove it's a live show, yeah. Hey?
I know, but that's slick, Paul. Paul's thinking, what on earth have I signed up to come on here?
Couldn't be for life, this.
You know what? It's a great show when I'm not on, Paul. Go on.
We normally say we're a platform to greatness, Paul. Normally people come on here and then they go to do amazing things.
And achieve afterwards, yeah, and then Des gets involved.
Yeah. So my success this week is that I had my interview today on it was on a Teams call, but I'm going to uni in September.
Yes, so, you are giving class for that girl.
Yeah. So I was accepted last year, and then there was a few little niggles and things. So I deferred to January, and then they didn't have enough people for the January cohort. So it's September. So I had to refill all the paperwork in. And anyway, I had my little Zoom call today with the lovely Kathy, who was great. So everything's all sorted now. So I think I'm starting on, I think the induction day is the 16th of September. So yeah.
What's that?
So I'm going to do business and leadership management in so it's a level 7. And then it's a degree, and then you do a little bit more and you get a master's. So yeah, so it's all good, all exciting stuff.
I'm going to buy you the new lunchbox, Helen.
Oh, thanks.
I'm going to get you the new lunchbox.
Remember these to get them, and
I'll get you a pencil sharpener.
Yeah, the flasks that match.
well done.
Yeah, so that's my success this week. Okay, we're going to play this or that. Des, you can go first.
Okay. Paul, I'll ask you this.
Yeah.
Right. You're in London. You've got 3 hours to kill. Where would you rather go, Madame Tussauds or the Art Gallery?
Tussauds.
Okay. Well, you, Helen.
The Art Gallery. I think I've never ever been to Madame Tussauds, but then I do sort of think it would be quite interesting because the life size, aren't they? You know, they're actually identical. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you think somebody's like really big, and then you stand next to them and they're only small, or vice versa, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah. What about you, Des?
Some of them are terrible. I mean, they're going for a laugh. Yeah. To be honest, I'd rather go to the Art Gallery. I've been to Madame Tussauds and I wasn't impressed. I've got to be honest.
No.
But but I like art galleries and stuff, you know. So
I'd rather go much.
so the art gallery for me.
Yeah. You'd rather what, Paul?
I'd rather go much like Liz. I saw that for the first time this year, and it just blew my mind. Yeah.
Well, I didn't put the theatre because everyone picks the theatre, but no, art gallery for me. All right, go ahead, Hal.
Is unbelievable, isn't it? Okay. Paul, would you rather sing and perform in a working man's club or in a big theatre, like a big stage theatre?
100% big stage theatre every day. Every day. We're lucky enough, Des and I, to do. I've done the Empire twice, and we've done the Philharmonic about 4 or 5 times. We've seen each other. Nothing better. They're just. The sound and the atmosphere in the Phil is just. It's just amazing. I mean, we used to have some great days, didn't we? You know, there's more fun going on in the dressing room than there was on stage. So the theatre holds a lot of memories good memories.
Oh, it is good. Yeah. Yeah.
What about you, Des? Working man's club, like social club, or?
Yeah, I mean the big shows are good, but I've got to be honest. I prefer the intimacy of a social club. I like that, and I think I like the banter. I think you have better banter. You're closer to the audience, and you can.
Yeah.
You know, it's just so it'll be a club for me all day long. But I enjoyed doing both. You know, but if I had to pick, I'd pick a club.
Yeah.
And there was so many great clubs, wasn't there? You know, where you turn up at like 7:15 and the place was packed before you'd even set up.
Yeah.
Them days, unfortunately, are few and far between now. But
well done, mate.
I mean, Des was co-chair of the Dockers Club, and maybe the only venue in Liverpool which continually had 2 acts on the Saturday night, and 2 stages, one above each other. You know, and it was it was like it was just amazing. You know, I mean, a rough pub, a rough club, not well looked after, to be honest, but the people in there were just absolutely amazing, absolutely fantastic.
To be honest, it was the best club in Europe. It was when it was full, and they were hanging off the ceilings New Year's Eve and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Be 400-500 people in there. It'd be great, you know.
Yeah,
be great. But
you know what? I've never ever went in the Dockers Club. I've never been in the Dockers Club ever. No.
Wow,
it was great. You know, big lounge, snooker tables upstairs. Back lounge for the people the miserable ones who didn't want to listen to music, and then 3 good football pitches. We used to actually get changed in the football team's dressing room, which on a Saturday night after a bit rough, to be honest. You know, everything all over the place. But we had a bath together, Des, once, didn't we?
On more than one occasion, yeah.
Amazing. I think I'd rather. So for people who listen in, they know that Sandra and I are shocking at singing. Des has witnessed us once, I think, when we helped him out and we were singing in the basement, and there was just like 2 wailing cats, and it was me and Sandra. It was like, but I'd love to be able to sing, to like belt out a tune. And you know, sometimes when you hear them, you have like, you know, performers sing and they sing their songs back to them. That's probably got to be one of the greatest feelings ever, you know. So yeah, I'd love to, but I'd love to perform on a big massive stage or a big arena. That'd be mine. You
know what, I really, just to go along off on a bit of a tangent, what I love to, and I never learned, as you can see, I play guitar, but I would love to walk into a top hotel in London with a baby grand or something sat in the foyer and just get a large brandy, flip up the lid, and just start playing. That to me is like, you know, that would be the be all end all that for me, you know. I love the piano.
You just have to learn one song really well and go in and play it, and then just say, I just do the one, you know. That's
You're gonna play the rest. I want 3,
I want to give someone else a try, you know. What Des? What's your one?
What would you rather be? Helen, I'll ask you this first: a famous actor or a famous director? Ooh,
Oh, it's
now
tricky,
then.
that does. I think an actor. I think a famous actor. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think a famous actor. I think
Oh,
I
you
think
Paul.
to be able to do something that people absolutely, you know, watch and they say like, what a performer, or you know, I think it'd be great to be able to empower other
Yeah.
people and to be able to give them, you know, like happy memories and things. I think that must be a phenomenon. It's like, you know, like a sports person, isn't it? You're giving other people joy, and I think that'd be and directors do that as well. But I just think it'd be amazing to be able to give people like that joy. Yeah, tricky one that does.
Yeah, that is tricky one, mate. It is. For me,
Okay, well, what would you rather do, Paul?
you also won't believe my answer, but I think I'd rather be a director. On the basis that I always love to be out front, so I should say actor. But when you look at the state of some of the actors and singers that make it famous, and they don't have their own lives, do they? It's so I think I may, given the choice, be an actor. Sorry, be a director, be behind the camera, get as much poke, but not as much exposure.
Yeah. That would be my reason, I think, to be the director, that you could still go about your daily life, couldn't you? You know.
I mean, do they live great lives? These people, they have loads of money and all the stuff, and live in mansions and so on and so forth, Hollywood all the year. But can you walk in the local pub and just have a drink? Can you go down to the local restaurant and just you and your missus and you and your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it may be, just sit there and just relax while someone going, sign that? And you've got to, because they're paying wages. It's I can't stand celebrities who don't sign autographs. I think it's wrong, because we are the people who put them where we are. But that as much as you get old, you want a bit more privacy, don't you? So.
What about you, Des?
I'd rather be a director for that reason, because I mean, if you wanted the top ones, the money is the same, if probably a lot more if you Spielberg, and you can kind of go about your business, I mean, even if
he's turned to Norman Collier again.
Someone does reckon.
Yeah.
Well,
so my Uncle Ron says, so my Uncle Ron Paul is like the biggest fan of the show, and he comes out with little nuggets and things like that. So he says, but the director has to put up with the actor's ego.
That's very common, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is tricky, isn't it? Getting them all to do what they're supposed to do, and yeah. Okay. My last one. Paul, would you rather perform at like the Super Bowl, the halftime stage at the Super Bowl, or at an opening or closing ceremony? Would you rather sing, at say like the Wembley Cup final?
I love America. I love America. I really do. So I think it'd have to be Olympics would be great, wouldn't it? Open the Olympics, but I think the Super Bowl, that's the gig, isn't it? Either singing at first, or the halftime gig is the most sought after gig on earth, isn't it? So I think it'd be Super Bowl, and hopefully in front of the Tennessee Titans, who are my NFL team. But that's all both ways. Not because I won't get there, but they definitely.
What about you, Des? I think you might have froze on us.
Gone again, yeah.
Des, I think you need to come in on your phone, because your computer's not
you went off again then. I'm going to have to close this down, I think, on your laptop, Helen.
Close your laptop,
get me on
and
the
then
phone
that
or
link on
the
your
Super
phone.
Bowl. It's one song and off. The Super Bowl, I think.
That's just
that'll be a good little gig, that.
Yeah,
the Super Bowl.
I think he might be closing down. Is he back? Who knows? Yeah. Okay. So we've done this all that. I think it's. Oh, yeah. Okay, he's back.
You got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I do one? Yeah.
Talk
about Americans. Talk about Tennessee. Given the choice, where would you go, Helen? Memphis or Nashville?
Oh, so I've not been to either. The first time I went to America was a couple of weeks ago, and I went to New York. And I'd never really fancied America. There was lots of other places I'd rather go to in the world. But New York was breathtaking, blew me away, absolutely loved it. So I would like to see a lot more of America. But I think I'd like to go to Nashville.
Everyone says that now.
Yeah,
What about
I
you?
think I'd like to go to Nashville, yeah. I am a little bit of a country fan. I do like a little bit of country music and stuff.
Yeah.
I think to go to Nashville, I'd watch something and they had... I don't know, there was a street or an avenue or something, and there was just loads of little bars which were just all little
Broadway. Yeah.
And I just thought, oh, that'd be amazing to go there.
Yeah.
Have you been to both?
About quite a lot. I've done Memphis about 12. I think Memphis has always got me soul, but Nashville, I'm reaching a bit more towards Nashville now, because I think country music's a bit more accessible now, isn't it? Yeah. And it's a bit more mainstream. It's not like, he lost his stroke, his wife ran away with him, the dog got killed. There's a different time of a different mode of what would you call it? Upbeat country now, country rock, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit more. It's a little bit rocky as well, isn't it now?
Yeah, everyone can relate to, but yeah, it is. It's an amazing place. But Memphis has got soul. Memphis is like Beale Street in Memphis is special as well. Yeah. What about you, Des?
I think it'd be Nashville for me. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. Nashville.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, you'd have a good little afternoon out there in Nashville.
Just the one afternoon.
No, you know what I mean. A good little walk.
You have a good walk.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Good. Des, are you going to introduce Paul as he's your guest this evening?
Yeah. Well, as we said right at the top of the show, I've known Paul since I was 11 years of age. We met at school, and we left school, and Paul went into shipping right from school, and he's still in it now. The only difference now is he owns his own company, and he leads a double life. He's a cabaret artist as well. So Paul Price on the circuit and Paul McGuire every day. So he's a bit like a Jekyll and Hyde, aren't you, mate?
Right. You can call worse, mate.
Where did Paul Price come from?
It's a long story, well short, yeah, because I sung a lot at school. I sung a lot up till like maybe 16. I'm doing this karaoke, and I went, what? He said, karaoke? So what's karaoke? That's how long ago it was, yeah. Anyway, long story short, Tess needed headphones. I brought headphones down to them, done a song, and it kind of got back in. So a mate of ours, Ray Armando, got me up one night and called me Paul Santini. Don't know where that come from. I went on the circuit. You remember all this, don't you? I went on the circuit as Paul J. And then everyone's called Andy J, Uni J, Mary J, Zoe J. So I thought that's not good. So I thought, right, so me nan, love me now, it's not with us anymore, was Mary Price. So I thought Paul Price sounds good. And that's where it come from, yeah. And I was in the Dominican Republic in Mikosi. I always take music going with me, and I heard this guy singing. I went over, can I have a go with it? Yeah. So goes over, throws me tape in then, as it was, yeah. I start singing, and this girl come over to me and went, hello. She said, are you Paul Price? She said, go to the club in Lancashire, you do, yeah. In the Dominican Republic. In the same town.
No way.
But that's where Paul Price come from, yeah.
Yeah. Such a small world.
Wow. Paul Price, yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Crazy.
So what sort of music do you sing?
We've done everything, Helen, to be honest. We've been through, done all the swing stuff when Robbie made the album. That was all like, really, really fashionable. But it's not really that fashionable anymore. We've had to change that completely. And it literally is, it's everything from 50s, 60s, 70s, country, lots of Motown, big ballads, some songs from the shows. So it covers every, this tribute act thing doesn't sit well with me. I love Robbie Williams, but I don't want to listen to a guy singing his songs all night, And I think you've got to be able to take requests because it's a live show. you know, and if some they are a bar mitzvah or something, and they want you to sing something, I think you should have the ability just to be able to switch. You know, you can't cover every genre, but you know, we have a pretty good mix. You know, and it's enjoyable to sing different stuff. You know.
So when you're so you're out and about and you're singing, are you on your own, or do you have a band, or how does it all work?
It's all backing tracks, Helen, but I have two guys with me now, actually. Steve Moggs, who's a good friend of ours, he kind of does the proper roadieing and mixing the music and stuff. And then his son-in-law, Steve, so yeah, it's like, it's not work, it's like a night out. It's 2, maybe 3 times a month. Doesn't impinge on family time or whatever. So yeah, it's more like it's a hobby now, and it's better being a hobby, because I'd hate to do it for a job. I couldn't do it every night of the week. Just couldn't go with it. So it's yeah, it is. It's a labour of love. You know, same as you, Des. You love it, don't you? When you do the dockers and stuff, yeah.
Well, I used to. I'm packed in now. So, yeah, but it was good. It's just a night out, isn't it? You know, as you say, it's having a laugh.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm with the driver. I can take a little glass of Aussie Whites on stage with me and just enjoy myself a little bit more. Well, yeah.
Nice.
Well, that's why I like the residency. Is you just go there every week, the same place every week. You know, it's good.
Yeah, but that's the one. I think that's one of the most difficult jobs in, let's call it, show business. Then, to entertain the same people, you know, and Helen, they are the same people sat in the same seat. Dare say where every week. Yeah. You've got to have a fairly good repertoire of gags and pattern and songs to, like, you know, be there every. Were you doing Saturday and Sunday?
Saturday and Sunday, yeah.
It's a tough ask, I think. You know, I think it really is a tough ask. Yeah.
But were you singing as well, Des, at the time, or were you just doing your comparing, or did you have a little sing as you were going along?
Well, you sing. I was a singing compere, you know, so I'd do a little spot as well. But obviously, you're in the same club every Saturday, Sunday, so you very rarely we did the show during the week, but we did on occasions, like, you know. But it was the Doctors Club was great.
Yeah,
I mean, it's, you know, I just wish it was still there, you know.
Yeah,
it was just fabulous venue, you know. The people were fantastic, you know. But everything goes to the end, doesn't it? You know.
Yeah, nothing's really come close to it. I think the closest now maybe is the OSC club in Old Swan. It used to be Old Swan.
Yeah, it's a well-run club. Yeah,
and Bernie's got it. He's got it 100%. It's beautiful inside. It's got a lovely stage. It's got a proper house PA if you want to use it, which we don't, but it's there for you. And again, 2 acts on a Saturday, which I think breaks it up. We don't get into the monotony of doing like 4 hours of bingo.
Mind you, the Longmore Club's good as well. The Longmore.
We have still doing that.
Yeah. So where's your favourite place that you've ever played, Paul?
I actually done Cladden's House in London.
Did you?
Wow.
Which was amazing, yeah.
I remember that. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. Went to a wedding in Scotland for a customer, Helen, and where were we? East Kilbride we were. And she says, "You going to sing?" I went, "Oh, leave me alone." I said, "Just give it up. I had a nice meal." I said, "Just sat in the lounge with you, meeting your friends." I said, "Okay, get me a large Glenmorangie and I'll sing." So she goes, that was Helen. So she comes up, gives me the large Glenmorangie, sat back, shut my eyes, sung a couple of songs. Yeah. Next minute, this little girl comes up from the BBC. I went, "All right, yeah, sound." So she said, "No, seriously, can we talk tomorrow?" I went, "Yeah, no problem at all." And she was from the BBC. She had a BBC camera crew there. And more her husband, John Hoey, was massive in. It was a children's charity. It was a children's awareness thing, which was nationally. And I mean, when I done Cladden's House, the chief of police for London was there. The chief of the fire brigade was there. The chief of the head guy for the PFA was there. But it's the place where when you see Buckingham Palace on film, that's where they film it, not Buckingham Palace. And it was just great. They put us to the night, PA set up and everything. And we got invitations from the Queen to be there. Personalised menus, like 5-course meal, wines to match the whole thing. I got up and done like a 40-minute spot.
Wow.
I bet you there was no bingo that night, Paul.
No bingo that night, no. Liz said definitely no. Liz lost a dabber and Phil couldn't find it. So there was no bingo, yeah. But no, I mean, there's that. I used to do a caravan park in Lancaster, and they were the best people I've ever met in my life. And we got on with them so well. Again, we turn up at 7 o'clock and the place would be packed, waiting for us to come on, Paul. The Dockers, amazing. And Kirby, we've done a lot of work in Kirby. I'm there tomorrow. I'm at the Quarry Green tomorrow afternoon. And there's more acts in the audience than there is on stage. So yeah, there's loads of places where you really feel appreciated, and quite a number that you don't. So I think that what we've done is kind of condense it into places. I mean, L21 is another one, Des, isn't it?
Yeah,
you just get welcomed in by lovely people. So yeah, it's a question now of like sort of as we're condensing it and making it smaller, we go to places that love us and we love going there as well. Yeah. And places with dressing rooms, because sometimes it's like a dressing cupboard.
Yeah.
It is. Does you read that? Yeah. Where do we get changed? The gents' toilet's over there.
Yeah.
So it's great. It's wonderful. It's great being privileged to be able to do it. And normally we go down pretty well. Yeah. So it's a nice part of life.
So you were saying there's an afternoon gig tomorrow, is that right?
The Quarry Green, but again, just to keep clubs moving, because there's so many. I mean, the L21 I just mentioned, there's mostly 5 clubs in one, and all around Litherland, they've all closed down, and they've made one. Basically, people have come from the other 5 clubs to the L21, and now it's packed out and it's working well and making money. But that was a British Legion club that had to be bought privately to make it work. And there's so many places like that. The Old Swan Conservative wasn't quite playing its way, so the Navy Club, Mark Nicholas and his family bought that. And they're putting like tributes on every weekend. So yeah, it's quite tough. The market's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. I don't think there's the throughput anymore. Is there? The next era are not there, are they?
No.
Maybe it's still in town.
That's a problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a problem for any young acts starting out. All the clubs where they done their apprenticeship years ago, they're just not there.
Yeah.
Just not there.
But yeah, so to go back to the question, Helen, it's the Quarry Green in Kirby. We start about 4 o'clock, and it's just a laugh. There's DJs there, most of the Divine family there, which you are an entertainment family. Yeah, Terry Devine, Lewis Devine, Schooner, Pat Devine, Steve Devine, Alex Devine, and honestly, maybe 12 or 15 more. And it's just great. I mean, Steve's mum, how old is Rose? 80, is she? 80 plus? Gets up and does it. It's just nice. People have their own opinion of Kirby, but we've never had an issue with Kirby, have we? We've done a lot of stuff there, charity and normal gigs and stuff. Yeah, and the people are great, very appreciative. So I look forward to that. Yeah.
Amazing. That's brilliant, isn't it? So when everybody's out and about, before you were saying there's probably more show busy people in the audience tomorrow. Do you go around and support each other? Is that, because I know that you and Des have been friends. I think go to gigs, don't you?
No, I think if like Des is doing a show, we'll go along and support him. But I think most of the acts, I wouldn't say struggling at all, but their sort of earning is like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. And that's where most things happen, isn't it? You don't want to be going out on a Wednesday night to a function when you got to get, get behind the desk at 8:45 on Thursday morning. So it's quite difficult. And it's the likes of the Quarry Green when you go, fuck, who's in? When he says, oh, we didn't know you were on yet. So, it is a community. And Kirby is a community. I think of all the places around the city, I think Kirby is a big community. They do kind of look after each other. So it's just great. It's feel good. It's easy. They correct you when you get the words wrong, and they correct you on everything you do. Pat never introduces me correctly ever. That's the first lap before we even start. So it's just great. The pay's not great, but it's fun.
Yeah, brilliant. I love that. That's amazing. And you were saying before about when you're first starting off. So Terra Preta, we had Joey Triviani on last week, and he's doing this quiz, and he goes on, and it's absolutely hilarious. And Phil and I went to one of the quizzes, and that's how he came on to be a guest. But in Terra Preta, which is the little I'm gonna say like wine bar-y, pubby type place. It's only small venue, like 40. Well, he has live music on a Saturday and a Sunday, but it's early hours, like 4 till 6, 4 till 7.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And last week when Phil and I went in and had a drink, and then there was a young lad coming in. It might have been about maybe 7 o'clock, and it was his first gig. And he was, he looked about maybe 16, 17, and he had his guitar, and his dad was with him, being his roadie and stuff. Where was your first gig? How did you start off?
Jeez. I think one of my first proper gigs was at the Navy Club in the Rockets.
Yeah, so big venue.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Des led me on to Compared, and I compared in a 12.5 for a while.
Yeah.
And then I thought I can definitely do this myself, and I think it was. It was. Yeah, I'm sure it was. And the Compare, Tommy Hughes used to give me an intro, and I didn't even think it was me.
Oh, Tommy.
It was Tommy James Hughes used to sign his checks. TJ Hughes. That was that.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but it was
like we only found that out at his funeral.
Yeah. But this young man, young man, I was probably like 40 or something at the time. Yeah, this young man's come all the way from Chilwell. I could walk it in 10 minutes. Yeah, blah blah blah. Great young kid. I think his dad's with him in the audience tonight. Blah blah. And I sometimes didn't think it was me. And there was one night, I've got to tell this because it was the funniest thing that ever happened to me. We're all set up, and there used to be a door at the back, and then the dressing room, and then the stage in the middle, and then the front entrance on the other side, So I've got my radio mic, and we're all ready to go. And I've got this intro in the stone, which is about 45 seconds long, So I just get caught short, and I can't go back into the club to the toilets because they're by the front. So I actually goes outside, and the door shuts on me. So now I've got to run all the way around the club, come in through the front door, got charged £2.50 to get back in as well, And just got through the front door, he went, the sensational Paul Price. I just walked on stage as if nothing had happened.
And nobody knew. Yeah.
Parking like that. So funny. So funny, the first time when I put the intro, just to do something different as opposed to, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Price, and you walk on, and it was thought, like, get the music going, get the audience used to that, and in the stone, and when Widnes Conservative Club upstairs, and Joe is the Compare, and I said, like, look, Joe, this is really important that you get this right, because if not, I only stood out there for like 40 seconds, and what do we do? Right, no problem, Paul. I've got it, Paul. No problem. So we said, look at Parky, the roadie. He said, and when he nods his head, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Price. So anyway, it kicks off. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Price from Liverpool. 30 seconds is a long time stood on the stage doing nothing. So I'm twiddling knobs and all. What are you doing? My job's sleeping. And then so he comes up. Excuse the French. When he comes up, he said, Now, it's not all that technical shot for the second half, is there? Unbelievable, unbelievable. We've had some laughs though, Des, haven't we? Yeah.
Well, what about the day job, Paul? What about the day job?
You know most of it.
Well, you went at shipping right from school, didn't you?
Yes, yeah, I did. I was with the shipping lines for most of my early career, with Hapag-Lloyd, a German outfit. And went your way through from like trading documentation clerk up through inside sales, outside sales. I was the youngest salesman for them in the Northwest, and then I took over the Northeast. I was the youngest sales manager for them. Wendy got herself pregnant. We moved to York, and we had Holly, our first daughter, in York, so she's a Yorkshire baby. Yeah. And then we just, not that we didn't like Yorkshire, it was just tough with a new baby, when Wendy being away from the family and stuff. So I think it was one of the only people.
Just don't gloss over that. I mean, you relocated to Yorkshire, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Well,
you're up sticks and went. Yeah.
They're great people, but they're very sort of colonial. Yeah. And I don't think I would have been readily accepted if it would have been commuting from Liverpool every day. So we made a decision to move over there, and it was great. We had we know there was the Yorkies. We met them 40 years ago in Gran Canaria, and they're like family. So we had kind of a support system there, but they were all working and stuff, and it was tough. It was tough on Wendy. So yeah, we then I resigned and then actually joined my biggest customer, which was Gencar Shipping in Ossett in West Yorkshire. Then we went on, started Warrant Export Services, which we had like a 49% share of. And things happened there which we weren't too happy about. So we ended up as MA Logistics, and that was 23 years ago, with Peter Holsworth and myself. And yeah, we're 20 strong now, based in Litherland, just off the docks. And yeah, it's post-Brexit, it's been great. We had good times and pretty bad times, to be honest. 18 and 19 was bad. And then we just traded through it. Brexit, and that's, personal view is we never should have left. I mean, there's a city which was rebuilt in 2008 with European money. I can't see how we can, as Liverpoolians, sort of vote to leave Brexit, whatever your thoughts are on it. I think it was the best thing that ever happened to the city, put us where we are today. But yeah, from a business standpoint, everything now needs customs clearance. Before Brexit, we could move a pallet to Madrid as easy as we could do to Manchester. Now it needs export clearance and import clearance when it gets to Spain and stuff, and relevant documentation. So yeah, that's formed a whole new sort of side of the business for us, which is brokerage and customs. And now that's doing more job-wise than the logistics is doing. So it's a complete sort of reversal. Yeah, it's like I say, the 3 years after Brexit have been superb. This year, 23-24, dropped a little bit, but I think generally the whole world has just dropped a little bit, hasn't it? So yeah, so we're still great people. Again, I think me and you agree. There's everything in life is about being with the right people. And my team are superb. I've got, I think, 5 over 20 years with us, 5 over 18 years with us, and then the balance, there's 4 under 5 years, and that they've basically come on through Brexit for the brokerage. So yeah, so it's good. It's a healthy business. We're an island, so we've always got to trade. So there's always going to be imports and exports. So yeah, hopefully it's a pretty safe business to be in for us. Yeah.
Brilliant. Did you have to relearn everything then? Because you've gone from sort of the logistics side to then the import and export side, or did you sort of know a little bit about it and you've just had to reskill?
Yeah,
or did you just bring people in to do it?
From the line of thing, which is quite departmentalized. Yeah, in the line, in the shipping line, okay, like there's out management, sales, inside sales, there's documentation, who do bills of lading and so on and so forth. And then there's haulage. It's all quite, you got your own job. We're freight forwarding, you do the whole thing. Right. That's what we provide to the client, is we take the hassle, because most of these ship lines, they're massive and they're difficult to control and they're difficult to deal with. And that's what we take away from the customer and say, you deal with us with, Brigenda, my daughter Sophie, Jay, whoever, Caroline, yeah, all been there for donkey's years, and we take the hassle away from them. But I think shipping, I find shipping quite easy. It's not a massive science. I think people just complicate it. The biggest hassle we had was actually becoming businessmen and understanding how to run a business. Peter was the regional manager in Liverpool for CMA CGM. Peter Halsworth was senior salesman for CGM. So we all knew the business, really. We knew the customers, we knew where we had to go to make it work and that. But I think the hardest part was actually, look at the pounds, shillings and pence and what we can take out, what we can't take out, what we got to leave in, what we got to pay in taxes and so on and so on. And through a couple of poor accountants, we're okay now. A little bit of pain. But yeah, I think the hardest part is, I think it's the same for a lot of companies that go bust. They're not bad companies, they're just not well run.
Yeah,
that's a really good shout. That really good point that you make. Yeah, it's knowing what you don't know, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard. It's you're putting all your eggs in one basket. One customer goes and bang, you've gone with them. And it's quite easy for a manufacturer or supplier to pull in the hole and say, right, you can have all our work, yeah. And he turns everything else away, and then they go bang because their market's dead, and he's gone as well. No real fault of his own, but it's just we had it ourselves. We've had a couple of majors go over the years, which they hurt, but they only hurt directors. They don't hurt the staff because the staff still get looked after and everything. It's the year-end figures for us, which are impacted. But yeah, it's no fault of your own. It's just you had a big steel forge roll masters, and they're massive for us, and the product just wasn't required anymore. So they stopped trading. It was weird. That's when I took on KPMG and won. That was one of my highlights in my business career. But anyway, no, it's good. It's fun. We still enjoy it. Well, you're in there every Friday anyway, so you
yeah. Oh, it's a great crew you've got there, Paul. And there's a good crew,
But it shows, doesn't it, when somebody's, or when a large percentage of your workforce have been there for all of those years, that proves that you're doing something right, because the people do make the business, and how you treat your staff and how you look after everybody. You reward them, they reward you back again. Nothing worse than a high turnover of staff. It's just
it's awful. Trying to find, we've got a dearth of talent in the industry, Helen. We really have. We just can't seem to get our governing body to do what we need them to do in the region to make things happen. So there's people trying to do stuff, but it's box standard. Maybe you're talking the wrong terminology, but like MVQs or level this, and it's general business. It's not really relative to what we do as an industry. There's no scholarship schemes. I mentioned Hapag-Lloyd before. They had the biggest and the best scholarship basically in Europe. They take the top 20 university graduates, and they take them in and they train them for 2 years, then give them a market, maybe Caribbean, USA, Far East, Middle East, whatever, Mediterranean, and then they send them overseas then for 18 months and see how it's done, see what happens, see the pointy end of the ship to the blunt end, and then come back and be allocated a proper job. We haven't really got any of that happened here in the UK, and it's a shame. It really is.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Amazing. Well, what's the future then, Paul, for Mr. Paul McGuire? Are you going to be singing in the clubs, or are you going to be helping people ship stuff around the world?
Bit of both, I think. I think that the day job will, to be honest, because it takes a bit out of us now. It does, it's like I'm 64 in December, and we don't hold back. We give it the full belly, and like I say, I can do a Saturday and then leave it for like a couple of weeks and then go back to it. But how these people do, all credit to them, and how they do like 4 or 5 nights a week. Beyond me, quality talent really is. But and I suppose at some stage we've got to retire, before we're too fat and old, that we can't enjoy it. So at some stage a retirement plan has to come into action. Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant. Right, so we have a red face moment, something slightly embarrassing that's happened. I've been safe this week. What about you, Des?
And so have I. I even asked Lynn before. I said, "Have I done anything this week?" She said, "No, you've been sound." So, what about you, Paul?
Yeah, maybe a little bit involved at Bobby's tournament on Sunday. Yeah, and I got a little look from the manager.
Oh, did you?
One of them, yeah. But he doesn't have to say anything. You fully understand what he's communicating to you. So it's like, well, here's my grandson, hey.
Yeah. Des, any grown-ups that you want to shout out to who've been amazing this week?
Do you know what I'm going to give a mention to? Arnie Slot.
Yeah.
He's won his first game. Liverpool's won the first game. Very, very difficult. Must have been a difficult day for him, to be honest with you. And he's got a calm assertiveness about him. I liked his after-match interview. I thought he was honest, and I do think he's going to be good. Yeah. So well done, Arnie, on your first win.
Yeah, whatever he said at half-time worked, so that was good. Yeah.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
He changed it, didn't he?
What?
And not many managers changed stuff.
Yeah, he made changes. Yeah, he wasn't. He
wasn't happy. He changed it. Good on him. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Calm assertiveness. I've written that down.
Calm assertiveness. I like that.
Yeah.
Full of nuggets is our Des. Full of nuggets, aren't you, Des? I'm going to give a shout out to all of the staff at Formby High. So they all come in on their summer holidays, and there's lots of these happening, all around the city, where teachers are coming in on their, using part of their summer holidays to come in and enhance the young ones, so that when they start, it's not as overwhelming. So I think, to have that week when they all meet each other, they see the school, they see some friendly faces. When you're going in, it's not as overwhelming for a young person, and they've had tricky times as well. So I'm going to give a shout out to all the teachers who've gone above and beyond and come in on their summer holidays to deliver these summer transition weeks.
That really is. Holly, my daughter's a teacher, and they've done the same, yeah.
I think it's a great idea. Great idea.
Yeah, is it a new thing, that, Helen? How long's that been going on?
I'm not sure. So we didn't have it when we were young. You used to go and see the school. But now quite a lot of them, they go for a week, and they'll maybe go and do some science, and they do some sports, and I just think it's a really nice way of transitioning into, because our primary school, I think we had 200 odd people in our primary school. I went to quite a small senior school, and there was about, say, 600-700 people. Some of these big academies have got over 1,000 kids in there, so that's a massive if you come from a small primary school and then you go into over 1,000, it's really overwhelming, and you just don't want them to get lost. So I think it's a great thing that they're doing that.
I laugh. I remember our school, but I didn't even know where it was. I had to get 3 buses there,
Yeah.
But, so, were you living in the South End then when you went to De La Salle? Yeah.
In Lee Park. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I used to walk. I used to walk. But I think it is. I think there's a lot more support given to the kids. I know, Bobby's school, the stuff you do, and what my own daughter does, the time she puts in. She's working 7 till 6 every single day.
Yeah, they put a shift in, they do. Yeah,
and it hopefully it shows. Hopefully it works out for the kids, because I think it's damn slightly more stressful these days, isn't it, than what we didn't have half the stuff. The labels on kids, which I think is crazy, and I think our life is so much easier and simpler.
Yeah, technology, social media, all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think it's a bad thing for kids. Yeah,
yeah, 100% it is. Yeah. Have you got any grown-ups that you want to shout out to, Paul?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. Again, I'm going back to Bobby because I love him. And there's 2 things he does. He runs on a Sunday in Wavertree Park, and it's called Park Run. I think it's a national thing,
Yeah, a Wales-wide thing, park run, yeah.
It's such a lovely, lovely thing. There's no idiots. There's no aggressive parents. They just get there. Every kid's got a smile on their face. They have a great laugh, and they run 2K. So to everybody involved in providing that, again, absolutely outstanding. And also Nicosia, which is the team that Bobby plays for. Big shout out to Paul, Colin, and Charlie, who actually run, and Claire, Paul's wife, who run it for them. And we went to the tournament, and there's different managers, and there's managers screaming at the kids, there's managers doing this, the kids, this, are we brave? What are we doing? Gotta do this, do that. And calm assertiveness is exactly what this kid Paul does. He's very quiet, very deliberate, very good footballer, by the way, in his own right. And he takes the lads away, and he sits them down the circle, and he just talks to them. Now listen, next game, you're doing this, Des. Bobby, well done, son. I want you back in midfield. Dead easy.
Yeah, the right way.
Honestly, calm assertiveness sums it up. And I think, great, have these kids coming out on a, with a beautiful, clear mind, nice attitude, and play a great game. And what I love about be 22-0. No negatives. Don't worry, guys. You're out there. You had to go. Everyone's happy with you. And your kids coming off crying and stuff that need hugs and stuff, But it's. I'm so proud to be like part of it with Bobby, because it's amazing. It's great.
Brilliant. And all these people are volunteers. The people who run. Run.
Oh, sorry.
And the people who do these footballs.
Good man to Poundland, who sponsored them, and they're all going to Poundland Fish and Chip Shop on Thursday.
Bosh.
Which again, I think is brilliant, for the kids. Fantastic, yeah.
Brilliant, massive. Well done to everybody. Fantastic. Do you have time for reading, Paul? Are you reading or listening to a podcast or anything this week?
No, unfortunately, I don't do either. Don't read many books. I've read yours, Des. But no, I'm not. The Wendy, my missus, she loves when we go on holiday. She's like glued. No, I've never been a reader of books. Podcasts I'd love to do. I like this format's great. I love being with Des on the radio. Okay, it's not visual, but I do enjoy this sort of thing. So maybe we do a bit more of this. Books, nah. Not for me. No.
Are you reading anything, Des?
Yeah, I'm still reading Craig's Managing Leadership. So I'll have that finished by the weekend.
Brilliant. Yeah.
So there'll be a new title if I'm ever on again and you ask me. 100%,
Des, 100%. So I'm reading Why Do We Sleep?
Okay.
What was that, Helen?
That's what it's called. Why do we sleep?
Oh,
different, yeah.
Nobody knows, do they?
Yeah. So they've done loads of research, and it's about so evolution. It's the only thing that we've carried on doing from the time we were cave people all the way through. Because most things that we've done and we've altered if we haven't needed it. And sleep is the continuum of that we've always done.
Oh, do you know what it is? Sorry, I thought it was sleep. You know what it is that we do and no one knows why we do it? We yawn. Nobody knows why we yawn. Yeah.
I don't know.
Usually yawn when you're tired, or you yawn if you see someone else yawning. But nobody knows why.
Oh. See, things you don't know that you don't know.
A bit of useless trivia there.
You're going to use that again on Sunday, aren't you? Hell, if we do start reading, one of yours,
use it every Sunday.
These are all Phil's books. Mine are all in the other room. These are all his. These are all history and war and things like that, which I'm not into. They're all Phil's books. So I want to say a massive thank you to Paul for giving his time up today. I know he's super busy. Massive thank you to Des for co-hosting. We're not here next week because I'm going off grid I'm going to do the NC 500, which is the coastline of Scotland in a camper van, and there's no internet signal. So we won't be here next week. But massive thanks, Paul, for giving your time. And we were talking about a closing quote mantra, and Paul said he didn't have one and he was going to think about it. and Des asked him what his business's sort of strapline was, and I think it's brilliant. So I think we're going to close with that one.
Yeah, it's where excellence comes as standard. That's the company motto. Mantra's tough. I need to work on Mantra because it's a lot more than what I thought it was. Yeah, when I googled it,
something that means something to you.
Yeah,
definitely. So massive thank you, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Good night.
Cheers. Thanks, Alan. Thanks, Des.
Okay, cheers, Paul. Speak to you soon, mate.